Hi guys. So I have made the impulsive decision to come back to YouTube. I have missed long form content so much, and don't get me wrong, I love TikTok, I love all the things, but there is something so special about YouTube. I think it's because I grew up in the YouTube era and it was just so special. A lot in my life has happened in the last couple of years, and I really just want to catch up with you guys, share things that are going on in my life. I have a lot of really exciting things coming up the next couple of months, and I want to bring you guys along with me for those things. Might be a little all over the place considering the fact I haven't done this in several years, so please bear with me if it's a little crazy, but I think it's gonna be fine. I'm excited to be back. Jumping ahead just a little bit, let's do my current makeup routine and what I am really loving. I did my road glazing milk, then I'm gonna go in with the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. This is one of my current favorite primers. I really like to rotate this one and the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. They're both amazing, and it kind of just depends on what I feel like my skin needs. Sometimes if I feel like my pores are a little bit large, I will go in with the Vanish Primer because it really blurs all those things. But if I need my makeup to like be a little bit dewier, glowier, and I feel like my skin's not giving me as many issues, I will go in with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. Really love both, but I've just kind of been rotating them just as I want to. I don't know, I enjoy playing with my makeup and trying new things. I really love doing a technique called underpainting, and I'm sure you've probably seen this on TikTok or wherever, but I'm using the Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in shade Light Medium, and I apply this onto my forehead, and at first it's gonna look a little crazy, but you have to trust the process. Makeup is always a trust the process type ordeal. I'm gonna go right into my cheekbones, just to give me some warmth where the sun naturally hits your face. I am a mixer. I love to mix products. First, I am taking the Jane Iredale Skin Tuition Foundation. Then I am going to mix my Color Science SPF Glow in with that. This is going to give me the SPF coverage that I need and also give me a nice little luminosity to my skin, which we always want. And I like to just dot it all over. Then I just take my little beauty blender and blend that out. Then for concealer, I'm gonna go in with my Tower 28. I really love this concealer. It's a serum and it's super lightweight. It blends so well. I don't feel like it makes me look cakey or crease. I really like it. So I do a line under my eye here, here, and then I also do this to lift my eyes. You should be looking a little tired sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so there's the concealer, and oftentimes I will go in and enhance certain things as I move along if I feel like I need to, but it's all just kind of a work in progress. Then I go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is one of my all-time favorites, and I do a little bit of that on the high points of my face. So forehead, but I also go into like the cheekbone area. So I'm gonna go in with my contour stick. This is the one from Merit Beauty. Love her, super creamy, very easy to blend. Do my forehead. I definitely feel like my jawline is a lot more defined since I started getting masseter Botox for my TMJ, because I grind my teeth terribly, and I started chipping my teeth. I finally just bit the bullet when I started working at the med spa, and now I really love my masseter Botox. So for blush, I am going to go in with the Rare Beauty. This one is in the shade Worth. That is one nice thing about these blushes, is they're very pigmented, and I feel like a tube of them last forever. Now that I have all of my cream products on, I am going to set everything with powder. Love this powder. It's the Huda Beauty Easy Bake, and then I just use a little puff to blend that out under my eyes. I use a very light amount, nothing crazy. And then I just pat under there. I also like to set down here and a little bit on my nose and just in my T-zone area, because that's where I tend to get oily. All right, and then to set the rest of my face, I just used the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, and I just used that everywhere else around my face where I didn't do like the baking. For my brows, I feel like I'm constantly doing new things to my brows and figuring out what I like, but this is the NYX brow glue, and I just brush them upwards and then over. I'm gonna let that dry before I do anything else to my brows, and I'm going to curl my lashes. Just accidentally curled my eyelid too. It's really nice. So this is the Lancome Lash Idol. For the rest, I just go in with the L'Oreal Telescopic. She is my true hero, has been there for me for a long time. I'm gonna go back in and fill my brows in just a smidge. Just extending the brow. I finished my brows off of camera because it takes a lot of focus and precision from me. Eyeshadow, I just take my contour and pop a little bit of it in my crease, and that's really all that I do for eyeshadow. I'm not a big eyeshadow person, but I'm using this bronzing color from the Hourglass. This is the Dragon palette because I love dragons. I love dragons. I am gonna blend just a tiny bit on my lower lash line. For lips, I always like to do a darker liner on my bottom lip. So this is the NYX lip pencil in the shade Ever. Then I'm going in with the Rare Beauty. It's the MAC lip cream in the shade Kindness. The way that just brought so much life back into my face is crazy. I just had to go dig through my purse to find this. I'm gonna go in with a gloss. Over top of that, this is the Color Science Peptide Lip Shine in the shade Coral. It's a little bit more pinky than what I typically go for, but I've really been liking it here recently. All right guys, so that is the final look for the makeup. Now I need to do maybe a little something to my hair. I think I need to restyle my curtain bangs. But yeah, that is the look. I feel like it's nice and simple and glowy and really good for spring. So in other news, and I shared this on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, but the short film that I directed and acted in last summer was recently accepted to the Beverly Hills Film Festival, which is super, super exciting. I plan on vlogging that entire experience. I think it would just be really cool, not only to document, but just to share the experience with you guys and be able to look back on it as well. I'm really looking forward to vlogging that. I think it's gonna be really fun. Trying to think of what else I can update you guys on. My life has honestly just been really peaceful and just very zen, very chill here recently, but yet at the same time so much is going on. I feel like I can have slower moments and be more in tune with myself. I've really been leaning in more to my creativity and expanding on that. And hi Baxter. He's like, I want attention. Can you do a high five for the camera? High five? High five? He's giving Max from Max and Ruby right now with his... Are you sleeping? Yesterday he went on an over mile walk with me and I think he's just like zooted from that. Recently I have also been eating super clean and high protein, and I've been doing a blend of Pilates and weightlifting and getting enough steps in every day, making sure I'm active and stretching every day, and it has honestly just, it has been the greatest thing ever. It is truly the best thing that you can do for yourself. I know that it can be difficult at first, but once you get into the swing of it, it really does just become second nature, and you don't want to live any other way once you realize how amazing you feel after. If you've been thinking about starting that journey for yourself, I just really, really recommend starting it because it is worth everything. I do feel like I spend a lot of money on groceries, but I don't really eat out much. Every once in a while I will go out to eat, but I mostly eat at home, but I like it that way. Back in January, Josh and I went to Iceland, and it was genuinely one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. I feel so fortunate that I've been able to travel and, you know, explore the world. I've gotten to do a lot of really cool things in my life so far. And this really is just the beginning, which also like gives me goosebumps to think about. But we went to Iceland, and every time I try to describe it to people, I don't really know the words to use because it was just so incredible. I felt like it was a breath of fresh air. Their food was so clean and so delicious, and I ate so much of it, and I didn't feel gross. I didn't feel bloated, which is something I usually struggle with. I felt like ready to run a marathon all the time. It was amazing, and their water, their tap water is so good. Like, it's the best water I've ever had in my life. If you have been considering going to Iceland or it's on your bucket list, I highly recommend going. I'm so thankful for the time that we had there, but I could have spent so much more time there. I literally cried on the flight home because I didn't want to leave. We're currently planning where we want to go next, and there's so many places that I want to visit. I love traveling with every bit of my soul. It is one of my favorite things in the world. It's one of the greatest ways that I've grown as a person. I switched over to my phone because I ran out of storage on my other camera, and I, for some reason, cannot find my other SD cards. So I'm on my phone if the quality looks a little bit different, but I just changed into a work outfit. I'm gonna make some lunch. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have yet, and then I'm gonna take Baxter for a walk and go get a little bit of a workout in.